We are live, brother.
Hell
We
yeah.
are live now. Let's I need to get the proper info first to get it on out to these guys, man. What's going on, Warriors, man? Me and JP back again for another gas or trash and just shooting the breeze, man. Just talking a little bit. We're gonna send this on out to the guys and get people on in here before we actually start moving along, bro. So bear with us, man. Bear with us. But yeah, so I'm thinking about getting that M&P, man. I'm thinking about going ahead and doing that and just having a
Have
little
you had
fun with it.
have you ever owned any M&Ps?
Yeah, a shield single stack 45 before.
Yeah, so I mean like a M&P 9 or so. You'll love it is the
Nah,
point I
nah,
was
nah,
that's why I
nah,
was asking. If so,
nah.
you would already know that you're going to love it, but I've had two of them and I love them. Like I said, M&Ps over Glocks all day.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Somebody's in here. Who's in here, man?
That's what I
Whoever's
think.
in here, let me know. I'm waiting for my information to show up so that I can let me go find. Let me go to my page. Sometimes it take a second for it to show up so that I can send this stuff on out.
Yeah, I'm going to share it right now on my story.
Yours already on there? Cool. That's
Yeah, I'm
cool.
sharing it right now.
Mine's is my videos live.
I'm sharing it
Awesome.
right
Awesome. Oh, yep. Just turn it on down. Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Share it. I still can't see mine right now. That's crazy. Maybe because I'm utilizing my phone. Oh, man. I'm tripping. I can easily go here. Hold on. It ain't going to show up. I'm still here with you. Let's go here. Go to my channel. And yeah, I see this on the screen right now. So I'm going to share this. Uh, yeah, yeah. Let me. Where would I go to? On the, hmm. All right. So I had to go back. I had to do all this extra stuff just to get myself to this point of getting this stuff actually shared. So give me a quick, brief second here.
I don't think too many people are in here yet anyway.
Yeah, just want to get this stuff pushed across a few plats. But what you end up doing today? You went to a match?
Yeah, I shot a match today. Took seventh overall, so it was a good day, good match. Um,
Yeah.
shot the DS9, the masterpiece. Love that gun, man.
Yeah, we was just talking about that backstage, y'all. Whoever's in here, and just talking about how cool it is. I definitely like the look of it, and I've checked them out here. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. I don't want my phone to keep going off, but I've taken a look at that masterpiece on and off for a couple of years, or for I want to say maybe a year and some change, and I I love what it looks like. I've never just you know seen it perform, and that's usually the thing with me on a lot of different stuff. If I haven't seen it perform too much, then I'm kind of like just waiting for somebody else to be the guinea pig. No disrespect to anybody who's getting them first, like the Romulus and things like that. I love it, and it's not too far off that I just can't grab it whenever it appears. It's not like, and I know people saying like, you saying that, then what about getting a staccato or something like that? It's only a few more dollars. That's the truth. But from 27, or let's say 24 to 27, and then doing everything you want to do in life, you might as well call it 3.5 instantly, because I like to try to do stuff quick, rapidly. Um, it's a doozy. So for me, you still here, JP?
Yeah,
Yeah, I just making sure I didn't lag out. But yeah, for me, man, I just want to. I would probably get like a Romulus or something 16, and then dump another 7 in there, and just be right at the door of the staccato, and still have it like what I want, kind of, sort of, And we discussed before that it's not. Um, it may look XC-ish, but nothing is going to compare to that XC. But
Right.
I feel like it can still do some work, man. It can still look good and
Yeah,
come
I mean,
correct.
like you were saying, especially with the new guns, when it's a brand new platform, you said you want to someone else be the guinea pig. That's generally a good idea. I mean, how many guns have we see come out like the Apollo, and guys rush to get them, and then everybody we know that got one had malfunctions right out of the box.
Uh
Then
huh.
all these new platforms, not all of them, but a lot of times there's just little bugs to work out. Even with the 2311, the batch that I got, I was lucky with mine, but I got in on the early batch, and I know of a lot of other people that had to send them back for mag catch issues and just dumb little things like that. So with a brand new platform like the Romulus, I mean, it might be a better idea to let some other people get it first. But on the flip side, you're a content creator. You want to get that content out there, get the first look, get those views. You may want to bite the bullet and be one of the first people to get it.
Uh huh. It's a chance. It's like a toss up, like you said. Um, and so, like I said, I think that's why I still won't be one of the first to grab a Smith, but we got Honest Outlaw, we got Humble Marksman, and we got maybe another.
Yeah, I mean
We got
that
another
platform has been
15.
tried and true for
Yeah, we
some
got
time
another
before they ever put
15.
out one.
You right, tried and true. Like I said, we got another like 15 other creators that's doing it, but um, I've seen them mainly do, like I said, that's what we were talking about backstage too. Mainly do like unboxings and sending it on out there. I plan on doing a few of those same things, but just different things as well, and probably getting out, probably just buying like go to a 2A warehouse, don't get the remans, but get like a freaking 1200. They sell brand new too. They sell new. Get like
Yeah,
1200
I don't
brand new
trust
stuff.
none of it.
Yeah, get
I see
1200 brand
two
new and
different
maybe put
people
500 instantly through it.
two different people I know that I compete with. They both said it was the new brass. Both were recent. Both had squibs at a match. I see that.
That's
I'm
good.
never going to trust that brand ever in my life. That's me personally, especially just because I'm shooting matches where I can't afford to have something like that happen. No way. I don't care how cheap it is. I'm not taking that chance.
So what do you take out when you go to a match usually? What do you
For
as
ammo,
far as the ammo? Yeah, ammo.
I'll
You
tell
you
you,
know 147s or you running something smaller?
I'm running just the cheapest ammo, right? Especially right now because I'm broke, because I've been laid off for a bit. Um, I'm running the cheapest shit I can get my hands on. So I went through 1,000 rounds of some X Force 124s. Didn't have a single issue with those. Those were 225 for 1,000 shipped to my door, and those were
Well, that's
great.
not bad. You have to let me
Run.
know about that off stream. Don't
Yeah,
say it on
I've
stream.
sent the link to our group chats a couple times, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it's
Another
illegal to say it on stream, so don't say it on stream.
I got you. Yeah, another one that I went through. I went through 7,000 rounds of Lexington Arms 115s and didn't have one single light primer strike. No issues at all. That is 250 shipped to your door. Last I knew. And lately, I've been going through Monarch because I can buy those, 250 for $60 at Academy Sports, and I've just been buying little bit by little bit, just because, like I said, I'm broke right now. So the Monarchs have been great. Haven't had any issues with that. I never have light primer strikes. Maybe one out of thousands I've gone through. So that's it. Right now, I'm running the cheapest shit I can get. If I could, I would probably run some 147s or some 124s at least that were, some match ammo. Like I want to try Grindhard's new match ammo, the 124s. But yeah. Or I got buddies that make their own 147s. If I could afford it, I get into making my own ammo. Run 147s, but I just run the cheap stuff. Buddies that make their own 147s.
I feel that, man. Hey, if y'all just now getting in here, whoever's in here, man, drop some comments down below. Tell me how trash we look or how trash we sound. Try to make sure
Don't hate
everything
on
is.
the Bears. Don't hate on the Bears hat. They won today.
We're trying to make sure everything is moving properly before we actually drop some plats in here and things like that, man. So
Yeah, your
let us know
connection
what you
is smooth
see.
now, so I think we're
Yeah,
good.
yep. you was kind of stuttering and stutter stepping in that last one, so or this last conversation or this last bit of words you were saying. So that's what I want to
Okay.
make sure, yeah, that we good on that front. And yeah, man, we about to get ready to go here, man. We done crossed the 10-minute mark, man. If you guys don't know, you can see down there, man. This is Tactical Acquire TV, man. Go check him out. Has a lot of those fresh new platforms and just
Target acquired.
you get it. My bad, man.
Target
Hey,
acquired.
hey, hey, fresh new platforms, all kind of different things that we all dream of in our sleep. Some of us actually have them, and then some of us hate on them. But I know we all secretly want them. So go check it out, bro. He's
Well,
doing some great reviews.
just to be clear, real quick, I got the Atlas recently, the Masterpiece arms before that. I traded for those. I did not buy those. I did not spend $6,000 on an
That
Atlas
don't
or
matter.
$4,000 on a Masterpiece. I traded a Staccato XC for the Masterpiece and some other things on the side. I traded 3 other pieces for the Atlas. So I'm not out here blowing my wad on these guns, but I appreciate the shout out.
Yeah, man. It don't matter about blowing your wad on them or not, man. You got them, and that's essentially one of the that's the end of the day. That's what you want at the end of the day. If you paid for them, you got them for free. Somebody gave it to you, whatever the case. That it
Yeah.
matters to you more than likely, but you got it. That's the end goal. It's like
Yeah.
saying how you figuring out how you did whatever. People really just see you doing whatever. They don't ever know that you had to go to the gym to get them muscles or whatever. They know it, but they don't know exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And things like that.
I mean,
But
in a way, I did pay for them because I paid for what I traded for them, but
yeah, yeah.
I
So
didn't.
you
I
like you
didn't
said,
spend 6,000 on a gun.
so even if you
Cash
didn't, yeah, even if you didn't drop the coins, you still had to drop the coins at one time to acquire the things you got to move
for
around
sure.
for that. So
For
it's
sure.
all the same, you know. You put this in. You put this in. Let me see. Let me put this in with these dudes.
Yeah, I only just shared it to my story. Shared the link,
Yeah, there's gonna be. Give us a brief. Got one person in here. Give us a
and then
brief.
something else I want to touch on. You were saying you were looking at the masterpiece arms for a year or more or something, but you didn't know much about them. I didn't even know they existed until I shot my very first match ever, and Colin was there. C Thompson, might just be C Thompson on Instagram, C Thompson something, but Colin Thompson, nasty shooter, super fast. He runs a Masterpiece DS9, and I got to see and feel his in person for the first time ever. Actually, it wasn't even a real match. This was at the shout out to Gamage. He put it on the King of the Hill tournament, little friendly tournament we did with all the Squad Drills family guys. And Colin was there, and I got to check out his Masterpiece that day. But yeah, I had no idea. Since that day, I've always wanted one. It's been a dream gun of mine. So to finally have one is like, I feel like I'm good. Like I don't need any more new guns. But you know how that goes.
Oh, you already know how that goes, man. What's up, Team Blacksmith? Well, yeah, you already know how that goes, man. Every time you feel like you don't need anything else, either it's just what they do with anything in business. Either they trickle out the best part last. You got to
Mm-hmm.
get something from them, whether it be a whole thing or they're like, oh yeah, we got this new thing. It goes with this, man. We didn't
Right.
mean to drop that other thing out. This is what actually everybody wanted. We just needed to get something out, so we pressed it on out of there for you. Like
Yeah.
with the Springfield, man. I feel like they already could have did that, man. They was like, we're gonna wait till the Q4, and then we're gonna drop everything with a comp. Everything we
Right.
already had this whole year.
Right.
You could already make that an option instantly, like
Now
yeah,
everybody's dropping guns that are comped. That's the thing to
uh-huh.
do.
It need to be done right though, man. You don't want to catch all that straight. You gotta be backboard correctly and catch all that
Right.
stupid
Like
crap, man.
we've seen some that say they're comped but weren't really comped. Like the I mentioned it in the last stream, but that damn Canic, man, not impressed with what I've seen from that thing. That thing is
I wasn't impressed with it either, man. I don't think anybody was. I seen GHG and
yeah. I mean,
Rambo
there's a
J
couple guys
shooting it.
we know that have them that like to
I would
talk about,
Trey, yeah.
but they're biased because they own it. But like yeah, you own the gun. Of course, you love it, but you can't tell me it's flat. Show me proof that it's flat shooting, and then I'll believe you because I haven't seen any proof. From what
Yeah,
I've seen,
Trey showed us a clip, and I think
right?
he
He
put some
bored his
magic
out.
on it. Yeah, he
Yeah,
put
he
magic
bored it
on it,
out.
and it still
Still
danced
wasn't.
around like it was at a party. You
Yeah,
know.
it was still getting beat by the Prodigy. The Prodigy was still
Hmm.
flat.
Most definitely. I think you already know. Like I said, just with names, like you gotta be careful. I think people got that because it had that tearing backing on it, and they just felt like they was getting something. But in real life, I mean, I guess it almost equates because you like a Glock is this XYZ price, and Taryn put a stamp on it. Now it's a couple grand, but
Right. Look,
this didn't
yeah,
even jump that much. A regular Canic, I think the last one they made, that one that was what was it, stainless? It was metal.
the
That was
steel
already
frame.
8. That was
Yeah, the
already
steel.
8. So Terrence's
Yeah,
name
but
was only worth $200 this time.
that's a steel frame, though. You know what I mean? The steel
Yeah.
frame is expensive for a reason. It actually does cost them more to make. It's a heavier gun. That's what if anybody shoots matches, shoots competition, that shoots a Canic, they're running the steel frame. So that's priced high for a reason. But any other Canic, you're looking at 500, maybe 600, or as low as $300.
All
But
right.
yeah, you're right. Terrence slaps his name on that one. They paint it up gold. They say it's comped, and now it's $1,000 gun. A lot of people fell for that one for sure.
And I'm saying, and I get that. I'm saying it's still low though. I say when Terrence usually slap his name on, he'd slap his name on a Glock 19,
Oh, for
and
sure.
then
Yeah.
it'd be almost 2 grand. But we all
Yeah.
know a Glock 19 is about $600. So they jumped it up 1,000 for that. But for the Canic, they only put a 300, maybe $400 markup for the name. So it's like, was he even sure? Did he even do anything to it, or he just put his name on it? He
For,
didn't even
for what they
take
jumped
it
up
out.
from their other polymer guns, they jumped up a good $500, $400 for sure. But yeah, it's like you said, you're right. If Taryn attaches his name to something, the price usually goes up pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. Not impressed with it. What up, Javi? I see you saying good day, fellas.
What's going on, bro? Well, yeah, man. We got a few in here, man. We are at 20-minute mark nearly. Let's go ahead.
Damn, 17 minutes already.
Yeah, he said name only. Yeah, that's what I feel like, bro. You got that blacksmith. You got the mechanics too. I think you got everything too,
Yeah,
man.
I don't think there's anything he doesn't have or hasn't had. So I think he
That's why
does
I
have
said you got everything.
TTI
But when I get on YouTube, bro, I'm looking at Team Blacksmith. I'm looking
for
at
sure.
I'm looking at
I
two
trust
A
these
in
reviews
LA.
more than
I'm
most.
looking at 2A in LA too, man, because I'm like, bro, you getting all kind of stuff that ain't never touched your roster.
Oh, he never
This-
had it. He said
that
he didn't want to
uh,
waste his money on it. So that's
yeah, okay, okay.
yeah, me either. Me either.
Yeah. Y'all
The
y'all
thing about
fellas, man, got this
not
got the tools.
not to throw any shade, but with 2A in LA, I wouldn't go to him for a review necessarily. If I want to just see some cool ass, expensive ass 2011s, sure, I like his page for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as far
That's why I
as
said
his,
you get different content creators, bro. Like I
yeah,
said, for
yeah,
me, I
he's
try to
got a
dabble
cool
in a few
collection
different
for sure.
avenues on this. So go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
he's got a cool collection for sure. If I want to see a dope collection, sure, his page is cool. But honestly, he's been making more and more videos of him actually shooting guns. I think it's probably for that reason because people probably say that quite a bit. Is that yeah, cool? You got these guns, but can you shoot them? Do you do anything with it? So it's cool to see him shooting the guns in some of his latest content. But like I said, no shade at him at all. But that's not who I'm going to for a review. If I want to know about a gun, if I want to know what features it has, what the lowdown is on the new gun, what people think about it, not going to 2A in LA.
I think that's just this. I mean, I think that's just it.
Yeah.
That's why I said you go to different people. Everybody knows that you probably should go to Honest Outlaw for a review. He gonna pretty much handle it like he gonna trash it a little bit. He gonna really put it through some paces, or at least his normal paces. You
Yeah.
go to 2A in LA, just like the Collector. I don't know if you're familiar with the Collector on YouTube. It's just the same. Like they gonna have everything that is super brand new. Like they got that. That's out.
Yeah.
This is out. So then it gives you it intrigues you to go check it out. Then you can go find it someplace else for a review. But most of the time now they got stuff that maybe he does. Maybe he should try to do some more reviews. No, I love him and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
he's like you said,
maybe
no
he should
shade
do,
to him.
yeah, maybe he should do some of the reviews because he always does have him and a collector, the collector too. At least if there anybody
Yeah,
else,
well,
guys, let me know. But they
Team
always got
Blacksmith
something.
too, but at least Team Blacksmith is doing full reviews, and
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
runs his guns. But he's got everything too, and
yeah.
he's
That
got some awesome content. And like Javi just said, Humble Marksman, that's probably one of my favorites. If I want to know, if I just want brass tacks, details, and facts and stats on a gun, I'm going to Humble Marksman for sure.
yeah, it's like okay. I always put stuff. I like cars, so I put them in car, type of scenarios. Like humble marksman, he gonna have all the information on just like your Silverado truck and shit and stuff. But like you go to someplace else, like I said, they not give you the proper information. But it's like you go to 2A, you go to the collector to see a Ventador or something like that.
Yeah,
You
to
go there
see
to
it,
see something that
to
yeah,
see it.
yeah,
That's about
yeah,
it.
and
You
to
ain't
to
getting
get
a
kind
tour
of
of it. Yeah,
like I
you're
said,
not
yeah,
getting.
it could use some extra sprucing, but let's get started, y'all. We are at 20 minutes. I always say 10 minutes. I always say 10 minutes, and we move on past it. There's nothing wrong with that though, but we got
Gives
four in here
people
right
time to
now.
get in.
This it will definitely be we're definitely putting this stuff on a video, so it's all good, man. We're gonna go ahead and start up, bro. Boom. This first one right here, I forget who actually did this PDP.
That looks
Um,
like I may be wrong. Maybe somebody else has one just like it, but it looks like Operator Overalls PvP. Is that his?
maybe,
I
maybe,
know
man.
he's got a
Let me
camo
look.
slide on his PvP.
Let's take a look real quick.
His camo might be a little different, but
It's the agent. It's the agent of my own.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know who that is. But go ahead and you give it your review if you want, and I'll give you mine.
all right.
Gas or
I really
trash?
so when PDPs came out, they were definitely uh on my radar just because I really never gave this Walther. I never gave them a real honest look, man. Um, Boom, there you go. Compliment for you, bro. But I never ever ran a
Sure.
Walther before, but when I seen this, I kind of dug it. I can't lie, but all honesty, I was seeing there was like dropping too many variations of it like back to back instantly, in my opinion. And then it was everywhere. It was at every shop around my area, and it lived there. Like people was getting it, and it just lived there. Like it didn't get bought up by the masses, and I would see the price just get reduced continuously. It's like they couldn't get them off the shelves, in my opinion. Not the way that they were putting them out.
You
Um,
talking just PvPs in general, like just the
yeah,
polymer PvPs when
yeah,
they first
yeah.
came out? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking at different ones. Like every time they would come out, like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Somebody even let me shoot one of theirs at the range before, and I said, this is pretty cool. Next thing I know, he pulled out two more. He's like, this one is my wife's, and this one is a different model. I'm like, damn, you brought three? How you buy three of these things? But he was like, yeah, it was on a rebate, and then I only paid. It was this and this. It was cheap, man. It was cheap. So what I'm looking at right here is something that is beautiful. It definitely is. Uh, a step above the norm of what you'll see with this. I like the back strap. I kind of like the coloring. It's kind of not. It's not over the top. Trigger looks beautiful. SRO looks to be like. I hate when SROs that the top part of it. It already kind of for me. It kind of look ugly. I hate when it has a big old gap in between it with the frame. So this
Yeah.
looks pretty good. Um, I'm gonna give it it's mid grade for me. I'm gonna give it a 6.5, man. A 6.5. You see the title now, man. Are they 79% trash? 79.9% trash. I think this is 59.9% trash. So I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7, man.
So you're saying it's between gas and trash? You're giving it the little.
Yeah, I'm giving it a smidge. It's mid. Like I said, I had interest in it, but the interest quickly faded away like a daydream. So
All right.
I don't love
First
it.
of all, Thank you, Team Blacksmith. I appreciate that. Match was super fun today. I did do pretty well. I appreciate that. And what up, Average Joe? For me, I'm going gas, bro. I love me a PDP. I used to carry a 4-inch compact PDP, and that was one of the best compacts I've ever owned, ever carried. It's got a full length grip, unlike most compacts. I love that. So I loved my Walther PDP. This actually looks like it might be a 4-inch as well. It might be a little longer, but he did a good job with the Cerakote. It's got some aftermarket stippling. Like you said, the SRO is actually sitting very low. It's almost touching, if not, it is
Yeah,
touching
that looks
the
good.
slide. You gotta love that. So that means at that point, like I did on my DWX and on my Platypus, because it sat so low, I just deleted my iron sights at that point because I don't need them. I'm just trusting the dot. So I would probably do the same with that. Love how low that sits. Love the Cerakote. He's got the new Walther trigger, it looks like, in there. That new, I forget what they call it, match trigger, pro trigger, whatever. So that's dope. He's got the magwell done up to match the slide. Backstrap matches. That's cool. It's gas for me, for sure. I'm going to give it like mid gas, so 8.5.
All right. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me, man. But as I said, just for aesthetics wise, it's on point.
Yeah, you're
That's
not
why
a
it sits.
PvP guy, so that's
Yeah, that's why it sits up there for me. It sits up in the high mids for me. So yeah, man. I think, like I said, I think I would if I got to get behind it a lot more. I think I would have a
I think
different.
you would too, because I don't know anybody who really doesn't like them other than to not like them for their looks. Like anybody who actually runs one and gets time behind it, I think everybody ends up loving it eventually.
All right,
They perform.
moving on, guys. Moving on for who's in here. Boom. You go first.
Oh boy. All right, you make me go
You know,
first.
you know whose this is. My boys.
I don't know whose it is. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Um,
I think this belongs. Let me see. Let's just be. I don't want to say anybody's name. This is Mr. Lopez right here, huh?
yes, I see Jay Lopez. Is that yours, Javi?
Is that you
Um,
or is that a different one?
it might be a different Jay Lopez. I don't know. If Javi says it's his, then
It don't change nothing though, for what
yeah.
I'm
Because
saying.
I'm sorry, Javi. I'm gonna give it. I don't want to say it's trash, but it's low mid for me. Um, it's on the low end of mid, so it's pushing trash. It's almost trash, in my opinion. It's not my favorite camo. The camo is cool. Cerakote is cool. I'm glad you made it your own. Uh, for me, it's got too much white involved in that camo. For some reason, those big chunks of white just don't do it for me. They kind of throw it off. It looks like marshmallows in a bowl of
They look
cereal or
like a
something.
cookie.
Yeah, it looks like exactly. They look, yeah. I don't like it. It looks like bits of marshmallows. He's got the Hollow Sun SCS by the looks on there, so that's direct mounted, no plate necessary. So that's sitting nice and low, solar powered. I'll give you that. You got a great optic on it. You got the original SIG trigger in there that I don't love, and I can't tell from here if that's the comped version or not. If it is, you get more points for being comped because the regular little macro I don't think is anything special. I've also take it for what it is. I've never owned one and I've never even shot one, so take that for what it is. But for me, overall, it's not really doing it for me. Cool for you, not so much for me. So it's going to be low end mid, if not trash. I give it a 4 at best, maybe a 3.5.
For me, I give it a full trash can. Um, I think that I like guns that are colorful, but I like for them to have some type of a break in between them. I don't like for it to be just like a full palette. Like either you're gonna do the slide or you're gonna do the frame. And if you're gonna do the slide in the frame, I think that it should just have a break in it. Uh,
Yeah,
it
I
makes it
agree.
look like something that you would make like, and we all do that. Whoever plays them games, Call of Duty and things like that, we all do those type of things, like make the gun look like that. But I think that it just looks like a big blueberry cookie, maybe. Uh, I don't know. And then I'm opposite of JP. If I would have went Sig, I would have went the macro. That's the only thing I would have ever went. I never really was fond of Sigs, but every time that I ever gave it any of my attention, it was always geared towards that macro. And just because they were one of the first companies to try to bring out that straight from fact, you know what I mean? That
Factory
type of
ported,
tech. Yeah, try to bring it straight from factory.
ported,
So
yeah, comped or whatever.
yeah, even though it's just a slide, but still they try to bring it out straight from
So
factory.
is this? Do you know? Is this one the comped one or is it
No,
new?
it definitely is not. You can see
I
from the
didn't think
front.
so because it's so short. That's why.
Yeah,
If it was, then I would have gave it probably a better rating. But yeah,
and it would look honestly, it would look like it would look just like the PSA, like on the front. You could tell by the sides. It would be if it's going to be comped, it's going to have sides going to be kind of dipped in too. So
yeah,
I don't see any of that type of stuff going on with
yeah.
this.
I
But
figured the slide would be a little longer too.
for me, yeah, this is like driving a Tesla. I guess it's zero gas within this for me. I'm gonna say this is for aesthetics. He got about a water and things like that. Yeah, and the front sight will be pushed back too. Um, for aesthetics, he got about a water. Um, he did a little. I'm
You
going
can't
off
give
the
him points
picture.
for the
I'm
background,
going off
bro.
the picture. Yeah, he put a little. He put a little filters on it. He sharpened it up.
You can't.
He
You
made a
can't do
color
that.
adjustment. I give him a 2 for this right here. I'm giving him a 2, man. So I'd say that this thing is 98.9% trash in my book. I would not make this something that I would actually pick up. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't, utilize it on the range. And I'm not saying that it's not effective as an EDC, but for me, it's just not something that I would give my time to or my or my coins. Like people forget how you got to pay money for these things, man, and people always forget how much money is worth. Most like something like this probably cost you 2 weeks of life. I'm not gonna give 2 weeks of my life for this, bro. You know
Yeah,
that's
I
not what I'm
agree
gonna
with you
do.
too on the camo. Having the whole gun solid camo like that, you got to break it up. I don't really like that, and I also don't like tiny guns. So that's take that for what it's worth. You lost some points because of that too.
Yeah, yeah. And then like I just said, it's just a preference things, guys. So if you see something that's yours on here, don't get offended, bro. You bought it, man. Once you make the decision to pick up something, and that's why I kind of take a long time to decide. Like whenever somebody hear me say I'm gonna get something, they be like, "You taking forever? You must." I got the money, bro. It's look when I'm gung ho and over the top about getting it is when I'm still working towards the money. When I get the money, I kind of take a pause. Like, do I really want to get these people 1,200
Smart.
bucks, bro?
I
Then I
wish I
start
had that kind
slowing
of smart.
down a little bit. Like when I get the money, I'm slowing down. Like, hold on,
Yeah, I wish I
I'm at my
had something
last step
like
here. Do I
that.
want to pull this trigger? I'm not 5 steps away where I can still just say it all day. Like I'm getting this, I'm getting this,
Yeah,
I'm getting this. I'm at the next very last step. So
yeah,
I need to make the right decision for myself. But what I learned though, man, whatever decisions that you make, man, is usually a good decision for you at the time. So just remember that even if you don't like it later, it was you usually make a good decision for yourself at the time, even if and it all depends if you're thinking long term or short term. So I guess on my next move, I'm thinking kind of strategically, and I'm thinking midterm because I know I'm gonna want something else right after this. I know I'm gonna want the Romulus or something like that directly after this. So let's move on, man. All right, so this is a 5-inch Prodigy, and I got to keep it real. This is from we both know this is from Right to Bear. This is from
right to defend.
Right to Defend. You got it right, man. I always mix up names, man. I'm a grandpa.
I'm like an encyclopedia with names, so I
I'm
got
a
you.
granddad. Uh, when it when it comes to this, man, this guy. So he does a great job on these things, but this is the same thing, bro. The
Oh
grip.
yeah,
I would like this to be solid. I mean, I guess for some things it might look good with this thing kind of broken up like this, but I'd love for it to be solid. and then I just dislike that it is just like a just a sheet of paper, bro. The camo is nice to you, average Joe. Let me put you up here. Look, the camo is nice to Joe, but I would just like to see it on the slide and the frame. We know this is a three-piece system here, so slide and frame, and I would like for the grip to remain fully
Solid
textured
black.
and black. Yeah, and I think that that would be good for this. That's why I didn't go all out on my Prodigy. And some people still think that that's too much, but I'm like, I just couldn't see myself making a grip crazy too, along just the whole thing, man. Like I said, I'm not. I don't want a real. I have a real life Fortnite pistol, you know. So I'm giving this. I love Prodigies, but I got to give this a mid tier. Now I'm being more harsh than I was last time, guys. But I got to give this a mid tier. This is a 6 for me because I don't know if I'm into 5-inch Prodigies. And the reason why I say that is because those were the ones that were known to have a lot of trouble in real life. For that reason, and just what this looks like, bro. It doesn't appeal to me. And we were talking about backgrounds last time. If it was against something else, maybe it'd stand out more. It just seems to have no contrast. It seems to just, and I know you like it's camo, da 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 da, but we supposed to be focused on the firearm, and I can barely like see the lines of this thing. And I know you guys may be looking at it on a small picture. I'm actually looking at it. I'm literally looking at it on the big picture. I'm not even on the same screen as y'all. So I feel like the trigger could have been up. A lot of things could have been changed around on here, man. I feel like Prodigies don't look as good without that magwell. The
Yeah, for
magwell,
some
not
reason,
the Prodigy magwell either. Prodigy magwell is trash. So
for
gotta get
some
some
reason,
shot.
maybe because it's a 5 inch, but yeah, that grip looks extra short. Like he
Yeah,
changed
it
it.
does. You did
I
it
don't.
like you. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. I don't know. But it's probably just because it's a 5 inch and it's got nothing else going on. But
For
so
Tigers be Matty. Here.
what up, Maddie? So
He
you're
did
giving
say
it.
it. It's the truth though. It don't stand out.
You're giving it a what?
I'm giving it a 6.
That's
I'm
good.
giving it mid because I obviously love the platform.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna call it mid as well, and 5, 6, somewhere in that range, about as mid as it gets for sure. It's cool what he did with the Cerakote. It's cool. I know he stippled that grip himself. That's what he does. That looks cool and all, but like you said, the same camo on the grip and the gun and the frame. I don't love. I think, yeah. I mean, I get it. He did the stipple job and he wanted to make it different, and it does look cool. As far as 5 inch prodigies, now that I'm in the competition shooting realm, I would probably prefer a 5 inch as long as it wasn't problematic like the early ones were. Um, but well, I lost the gun now. You took it away.
my bad,
Well,
bro. I'll bring
you're
it
good.
back for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Stock trigger, like you said. I don't know what else is stock or what's done on it, but he doesn't, like Joe said, no optic, no light, no magwell, like you said. Nothing's really done to it except for the Cerakote and the stippling. So
I,
points
what you
for
give it?
that. You get points for the custom job that you did to it, but other than that, it's mid.
All right. What's that though? What's that for you in a number scale?
I would say about the same, 5 or 6.
All right. So I would say that also.
The
Let me
only
add
reason
this
it's
on there.
that
Go ahead.
high is because it's a prodigy. But
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It would be lower too. Like I said, for
yeah,
me, it kind of just it. So if you're gonna do 2011s, in my opinion, bro, you got to treat them correctly. And I feel like when I look at this, if I didn't know any better, I'd just say, oh, 1911. Like he didn't do anything to
yeah.
just make you know it's just like it's not
Honestly,
just double
I didn't
stacked.
know it was a prodigy till you said it was.
Yeah, it's not just double stacked. That's all he got going for himself in the world. Like, bro, you can put an optic on there. You can do this and that. So
Oh,
it's like
that's bad.
he
Oh,
didn't
that's
take
good.
advantage of anything that he could do to this. He didn't take advantage of it.
Now I can see it better. I blew it up on the screen. Yeah, now I can
Yeah,
see it's
yep. You could
prodigy.
always do that, my man. Because me and you, so yeah, for a second, me and you were in the studio, so everything
Yeah,
is small. So even when I'm talking, sometimes I'm not looking at you, is because I'm actually going to the photo and blowing it up myself. So
Yeah,
I might
yeah. I'm
have to
looking
blow
at
up your screen. Joe said he's looking at it. Look, Joe said it's
the
about an inch on his phone.
photo.
So you might have to turn your phone sideways.
Yeah, full screen.
I might do this a different way next time, guys, but I just don't want to go. I don't want to download all these photos onto my thing. I just like to scroll back and forth. So I'm looking at this directly from my inbox. So
Yeah.
forgive us if it's small, but also, man, the firearm that we rate the highest, just like last time, is going to end up on the screen. It's going to be the thumbnail, bro. So remember what we rate the highest. Let me drop us down so I'll go to the next thing. But remember we rate the highest so that we can place that on as a thumbnail here, and we can oh, let's do a treat.
Maddie gave it a 5.7, so he was right there with us.
Yeah, I seen that he did that. I seen that he did that. Let's see if I can make people. Let's see if I can make somebody happy. Hold on. Boing. All right, man. We got average Joe here. Uh, I say this, Joe. What color is that? Is that gray?
Right. Yeah, that's a special
Or is that
edition.
some kind of green, like a
That's
spot?
gray. That's a special edition gray.
So I say for me, man, I'm trying not to look at the other. Let me look at this. I'm trying not to look at any of the other things that are in this in this
Yeah, you can't
photo.
count the other stuff. I mean, I get it. It's an EDC dump, but we're really only here for the gun. So
Yep, yep.
props
Oh,
on the
yeah.
blade though and the flashlight.
For sure. Um, hey man, hey.
And
So
so
look,
that's an old
I
setup.
was
Yeah.
gonna be a hater, not a big hater, but just like a small hater. But hey man, you know what? I'm giving this I'm going straight for it. I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it an 8 because it's practically exactly what I'm about to go get, except that it's not integrated comp, but it's the same. It's what I'm gonna get. So if I say anything else about this negative, man, I'm kind of making myself not want to go get it. So I need I need to just leave it at an 8, man. You got lucky, my boy, Joe. No, I look good, Joe, but it's definitely
Bull
a
shark
8 for
gray.
me. It's definitely an 8 for me, man. Um, I'm loving it, bro. What? So tell me something about it in the comments. Is this something that you actually get outside of the house a lot? I've been seeing you rip and run with other things, man. Is this something that you
Yeah,
really rock
he said
with?
it was a one of his older setups. I remember when I first started following him, he was featuring this a lot. But yeah, that's what it's the spec series. So it's like a special ops special edition one. I think it came with some commemorative stuff, if I remember correctly, like a coin and maybe even that knife. I think it came with like some sort of knife and a coin and stuff. But
Trying
it's
to
a
get you a
special
John
edition.
Wick coin, huh?
Yeah, they didn't release too many of them. It was special edition. But that's not an integrated comp. That's a comp that he added
Yeah,
aftermarket.
I know
Yours,
that. That's what I
well,
said. I
you would
said
call it.
mine's
You
is gonna
call
have
it.
it inside. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah. So the one
yeah,
that you would get would be integrated. That's
yeah.
aftermarket.
But that's
He said,
truly the only difference, though, if you think about it.
yeah.
Besides the fancy, like a fancier looking slide, truly only difference.
He said he's got
Trigger's the
almost
same.
10,000 rounds on it.
Yeah, trigger's the same.
Yeah, at
Think
least
about
that's the newer
Overwatch now.
M&P trigger. The original M&P trigger was absolute trash. For me, it's going to be a solid 7.
All
It's
right.
an M&P, so it's high grade mid for me, just because it's a shorty M&P. So I don't like the short guns too much. I love that it's special edition color. You can't really get that. He's got a decent optic on it. He's got it compensated, so it's not quite so snappy because those little guns are snappy. Uh, He's got a little light on it, little gun, little light, makes sense. That extended mag that's something else. I'm not sure how many rounds he's got in that thing,
I
but that
don't
thing,
see that. Where you see that at? Don't say that. We don't see that.
my bad.
That's not what we see. That
Yeah,
think I
so
got 15 rounds, man. That's about it. I think that's right.
whatever is legal is what he's
15.
got in there, or less
Yeah.
probably. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
about 15.
it's cool for sure. It's high grade mid for me, so high 7, 7.5.
Good looking platform, Joe. That's a good looking platform. We got Chris came up in here. Got Matt. Got a couple guys. What's going on, Chris? Man, you just
Oh
came
yeah,
and
I didn't
went,
see
I
Chris.
think.
What's up, Chris?
Think he's here. Let me go through the comments here.
Yeah, I seen he said shoots amazing, so he shot that gun.
Okay. All right. Let me let's see. Okay, who did this? Joe did that. Sometimes I don't put the right names on these things, guys, so forgive me if it is yours and I'm showing it and then it's not yours, you know, so
His beard is getting long.
yeah, man, I've been cutting mines, man. It grow back so fast to stipple mode, to stubble mode, and I kind of get tired of cutting it. That's why I just let it grow a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
annoyed with it.
I've been letting it rip. My girl told me let it rip, so I'm letting it rip. But it's gonna be getting to the point where I look like I'm either from
Amish
Dagestan, yeah, Amish, or from Dagestan or something. So
man.
she got me growing the hair out too. This is the longest my hair's been in a couple years. So we'll
Yeah, I
see.
see you, man.
See how
Yeah.
long I can put up with it.
Hey, I told you, man. When we be talking, even for me, like off topic of the firearms, when I talk about what I'm dieting and trying to do certain things, hey, man, when you get your, I got a wife, you know, you got your girl, man. Sometimes they don't want to do it, and sometimes you just got to follow the leader, man. Sometimes they want to go eat at different spots, and they want you to look and say like look a certain
Mhm.
way. They want you to stay home. You got to kind of follow the
Yeah.
rules sometimes.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, you got to follow the rules at some points of time, man. So,
Took me
boom.
took me 36 years to figure that out.
Yeah, man, you got to though, man. If you want to, you know, you then you can kind of do stuff you want to do, man. You know, they get support you better on things and stuff. You know, you let
Hmm.
you go. They be happy to let you go do your firearm stuff, man.
For sure.
When they got other control.
Yeah,
So
because they ain't controlling this part of my life. That's for sure. She ain't got no
for
say in
sure,
that.
for sure. I think this is Chris. Now this
Is
is
it
just
Chris?
this the
Is it
yeah. You
Chris's or
got
is it
the
Hobbies? I know whoever that is.
might
I
be
know.
Javi's. Let me see. Come on, screen. Oh no, it's Javi. It's J Lo.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I think Chris got one too. They kind of make me want to just go get a 1911 as well.
Chris
Um,
has a 1911, but his he ain't got his is different colors.
yeah, it's still they both Springfields though. I think this is the operator. I think, or what is this?
Maybe I don't remember. I don't think his is a Springfield, but it might be Chris's. But
Yeah,
yeah,
those.
that's a Springfield, yeah, operator.
That looked better than the. That was better than the prodigy that just occurred. No
Yeah,
lie, and for it to just be standard all the way around the board. Yeah, Chris got the wrong. That's still a Springfield though, right?
yeah, that's right. He's got the Ronin. Yep.
So I might get one of these to be a cowboy one day, man. Just get a normal. But when I think about it, I always say I would just be getting it to get it because I don't want to carry nothing that only got
Yeah,
small amount of rounds in it, man. Like that.
that's what
It's
I
kind
used
of
to be a 45 guy. That's all I used to
might as well
carry.
get a revolver.
I used to carry 45. You walk around with 8 rounds maximum. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah,
I might as well give myself a revolver if I'm gonna do this.
yeah,
But I'm gonna say this honestly. This is still just for nostalgia and what it looks like. I love what it looks like. This is uh, a 7.5 for me. It's up there. It's up there, but not up there. It's a 7.5 for me.
yeah. I'm gonna say it's. I'd like to give you a higher grade for nostalgia's sake because I used to be a 1911 guy and be all 45. I didn't own any 9 mil guns at all, and I was an idiot. So it for me, it's mid. It's a dope 1911 as far as 1911s go. The colors are cool as hell. You got a Surefire on there. That's cool. You don't have an optic, which they do make those optic ready now. They just started releasing them optic ready. First time ever. But yeah, for me, it's mid. It's going to be a 7, maybe 6.5. I do like the
All right.
colors. So, if it had more going on, like if it had an optic at least, I'd probably go a little higher. But as far as 45 1911s go, it would be on the higher end for sure. But as far as what we're doing here, just judging EDCs in general, gas or trash, it's mid for me. So I'll give it a 7. I'll stay at 7.
And if you in here, J Lo, do you carry this, bro, or is it just something you just like a one time deal, or is you really carry this a lot?
I know
because
he's
for
got the
me,
carry comp now.
yeah, for
One you
me,
want to get?
the carry comp.
Yeah, that's what he's got now. That's what he's carrying.
Oh yeah, he did. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
He's got the metal one.
Dang, that means a lot of us. Maddie got it right, Chris. So it'll be
What I've been trying
four
to
deep.
tell you, man. That's what I've been trying
Yeah,
to tell
four
you.
deep. They ain't making no content though. I mean, they are, but it's different. It's a difference. So I say for me, I carry like on a regular day to day basis, I'm carrying 3 guns max. I usually carry 2 guns every day. Of course, I carry a bag every day, maybe a BNT, maybe just a crossbody bag. Uh, but I'm always carrying 2 times, and depending on exactly what I'm doing, I'm always going to carry the Prodigy, and sometimes I'm going to bring in this. I'm gonna bring in the CZ because I love the CZ, but getting this new Smith, I'll probably integrate that into that position and kind of rotate them a little bit. I probably need to figure out a rotation for that. When it comes down to the Glock that I have, that kind of sits in the bag too, and I bring that bag out when I'm kind of, I don't know, just want to feel different type of stuff, man. I got a few things. Like I said, is this something that you bring out when you want to feel different, or is this something that you really like? I'm going to a spot I need to protect myself, or is it just like I'm probably going to church or I'm probably going to a family thing in house, but I still want to bring something. I'm going to
Yeah,
like a gathering and I want to just pull this out and show people like, oh yeah, I got this, and like, oh that's cool, 1911, wow,
yeah. I
or it's
mean,
the opposite.
Joe summed it up pretty well. 1911's a classic game changer, but I'm over it. Double
For the
stacks rule.
DS, yeah, for the
Double stacks.
DS.
He's right. Double stacks run the game now. I mean, you run around
Joe,
with
we
eight
was
rounds total. I mean,
Joe, we was talking about some things, man. I know you got the Apollo, and I know yours is going. You doing a great job with it, man.
yeah, he got lucky with his.
Convince me to get it. Let me hear your spill for it. Give me some convincing to get that
He's
thing.
gonna tell you he's got 10,000 rounds on it. Never had an issue. Nah, I think he might have 5,000, but his is dope. I shot his.
I thought he had a few issues because I know my boy Chris has some. But I know
Chris had
Joe
nothing but
kinked him out.
issues.
Joe kinked him out for him.
Chris had to spend probably $1,000 or more just to get it to run and to be a decent gun, and he had to wait months.
I got the Prodigy comp too, Joe. I got the Prodigy comp. Uh, I got the newest one they came out with. They came out with a Prodigy comp port, so I got that. It's like you ever been to Famous Dave's? They got the Devil Spit ports on it, right? And so that's the new one they came out with, the Devil Spit.
He
So
lying.
when you you got it's all from factory. You got to remember to say that. And
He's
all
at
that. So
he's
it's
at
factory.
12,000 rounds on that Apollo. He said.
So I mean, you had
I
to.
shot his Apollo. His Apollo is dope. It's a cool gun for sure. There's been too many horror stories of guys not being
I
able to
haven't
run.
seen Gamages in a long time either, though. To be real.
Now he got his running, but he had to do something to his too. He had a bunch of stovepipes, right? I think he had like 13 or 15 stovepipes in the first 200 rounds.
Damn. Joe,
Yeah,
you said Joe, which one? My bad, JP.
you
Which one,
good.
Joe? I just seen his comment. Which one? The Apollo or the
He's talking about the Prodigy comp.
oh
He's had
yeah.
issues with his Prodigy comp, which I've heard that too from a few different sources that you know they might
When
have
I
rushed those. I don't know, but
when I
there's
hear
been
them
some problems.
things, it's like when people say the normal Prodigy was trash for them. I feel like they just when I watched a good thing and I just said, ah, okay, a different mainspring. That's the key, and it was the key for me. I feel like for this too, it probably is a mainspring issue. People so quick to do a recoil spring when it's probably a mainspring issue, because I've seen some
Oh,
people where they're getting failure to ejects, failure to ejects. I'm
yeah,
like, you got to know what's causing those problems. It's not always a recoil spring that you need to do. People playing with that, like, I'm gonna get an 8. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. Like, bro, it's probably just a mainspring issue, bro.
I could tell you, Joe rips his guns apart and
Well, I
tweaks
know
every
he
little
does.
thing, and he had to mess with the sear spring and a bunch of other things on that Prodigy comp. So I don't think that's the issue with him, but I think you're right. A lot of people just look at the recoil spring and think they can mess with that and fix the issue or make it better, and sometimes that's not the case, or they may make it worse. He says definitely not trash.
You getting
When it
those failures, Joe?
runs today, my slide stop was working itself out. Is that an aftermarket slide stop though? Did you change out that slide stop, Joe? I mean that may be, you know, that may be on you, bro. Um, but like you said, you and I both had Prodigies that we both had no issues with. We both loved. You still have yours. I've had a couple. No issues with any of them.
You
But
like that last one better than the first one?
I mean, it was cooler looking. It was ported and all that, but I don't think it ran very differently, to be honest. Even though it was ported and even though it had the Atlas trigger, to me, it wasn't noticeably flatter than the stock Prodigy. I mean, you see
I
my
think probably
videos.
because you ran all them other hounds in the middle of that.
Yeah, I just didn't notice a big difference shooting it.
Yeah, you ran all them other step up, like you had the Prodigy and then you went a step up, and then you got the Prodigy again, which is not bad, but I know it's not a staccato. And then so going back to that, you really didn't have the first one and the second one to
Yeah,
compare to
but
instantly,
my
but you
first
had all them
Prodigy,
other
my
big
first
dogs.
Prodigy stock ran flatter than the staccatos. Really, it was one of the flattest shooting guns I've ever owned. So for me to run that, and I ran it with a stock trigger, and I ran the shit out of it. And then to come to this one that's ported and should have a better trigger, and I don't run the trigger any faster, any better than a stock trigger, and it's not really running any flatter that I can notice than a stock Prodigy, because of stock Prodigy is already super flat.
Yeah, it is.
It was cool. Don't get me wrong, I liked it better than stock for sure. Cool
Those
points
are
all.
V8s
It was a 10-pack actually, 5 and 5.
on the sides,
Down the middle.
so it was
Blue
inline
Collar
still.
Weaponry did it, and they call it a trench pour. So they do these two trenches along the top of the barrel, 5 and 5.
So it was inline. I'm just wondering, like I said, I'm just thinking about mines
Double
and stuff.
inline. You know what I mean?
Mine's
Inline
got
this side, inline this side. Inline is all one line.
yeah,
This was 2 and
side by
2.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it might have did better with maybe some bigger. I wish we had Trey. Trey, I know we know a lot of, like, he probably not like the most best guy that's doing those things, but I know that he tinkers. So I know that he could. He actually, a lot of his platforms got different things from slots to this, that, and the third. So I think that he was saying that it just depends on what the platform is. Some of them want you need to have bigger popples, just like a few bigger holes and not 100 small ones.
I'll tell you, I trust Tampa Gunworks when it comes to that stuff, because he's proven it to me. And when he did the inline K9 porting on my 2311, that gun is as flat as it gets now. So he says inline is the way to go. I kind of trust his opinion on that for sure.
Yeah, I like the inline too. I really wasn't fond of the V. When I think of a V8 or anything like that, I'm thinking about it coming out the sides. So I'm thinking about the
Yeah,
concept of it is to keep it in that line, but I'd rather have something coming out the top, kind of pushing me back down a little bit, I guess I could say, and then a comp kind of like doing both, keeping the recoil down and keeping me flat too. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah.
it's one and the same when it comes to
Yeah.
porting.
So my bad, y'all. We got some more. We here at an hour. We got some more though. We got some more. Let's go. Look
I
at
got
this.
nowhere to be.
So my boy, who is this?
Moose Wick.
Yeah,
Moose Wick.
Moose Wick.
So is that Von Wick Peoples or
Nah.
Moose Wick?
He doesn't really do that. He did a lot for a long time. I think that he kind of fell back from the community,
Okay.
but this he loves shadow. He has a lot of shadow.
Yeah, the shadow people usually do. If they got a shadow, they probably love shadow systems in general.
Yeah, he loves shadow, and I can say very nice. I like the trigger work because guess what? That's an Empire. I always wanted an Empire if I was going to get a Glock. When I see an Empire, that's like a flat stiletto Empire. That's a good looking trigger. They got something for the BNTs too, man. A very good looking trigger. You see, I skipped over everything else. A very good looking trigger. A
you
Radian,
got to start somewhere.
yeah, Radian. I give him that. Um, this optic, that's a funny hollow sun. It's like a candy cane. I don't know.
That's the SCS MOS. For some
Yeah,
reason, the MOS one they made look like that. I don't know
the
why, but
candy cane.
that's that direct mount solar charging full solar SCS. So it's a
I
good
guess the
option.
lines kind of match. The lines kind of match with the
Yeah, right.
cigarette.
Maybe that's why they did it.
I don't know. Um,
The serrations match. Yeah.
yeah, they kind of match. Um, I do funky stuff with my goon tape too, so I'm not gonna hate on that. I don't know what that's doing for him to kind of have it
It's giving them
rip.
like finger grooves.
Yeah, but I would think more so. I would do that in the front.
Yeah, he's got it all the way around. He probably didn't know how to do it just in the front, so he just wrapped some shit all the way around it, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I would have just cut it, and I don't know. I would have did something different, but um, 4.5. It's trash.
High end trash. So that's the
Yeah,
high
it's
end of
high.
trash. You're right
It
below
is.
mid.
It's high
Right
end
there.
trash.
Just couldn't quite make it, but you're right there. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say it's mid. Um, I'm not a Glock guy. I'm not a Shadow Systems guy, but I dig the color, and I like that he's got the direct mounted Hollow Sun SCS on it. I like that he's got Shadow Systems makes a comped gun, and from what I'm told by the guys who like these guns, it's the flattest fucking comped gun, other
I
than
think that's
like
a Radiant though.
that's what I was gonna say. Other than an XC, the Shadow Systems comped gun is supposed to be like the flattest. But yeah, that looks like he put that on aftermarket. That looks like a Radian Ramjet, if I had to guess. So probably looks to me, it looks better than the comped stock comped
The
Shadow
factory.
Systems. Yeah. He's got the light on there that kind of matches, but kind of doesn't. It's kind of it's a different. It's they're the gun ain't FDE. I don't know if that's supposed to be a green or what. And then
Yeah, I don't know.
the light ain't really FDE. That's like a burnt bronze. So he's doing something there. I'm not sure what. But I'm gonna give it. It's a mid for me. Like it's a solid 6. I'll give it a 6.
Joe gave it a 2. Like,
Aftermarket trigger, aftermarket mag release. He's got you got to give him points for the comp and for making it his own and upgrading it and shit. And like I said, good hollow sun on there. Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
it would have been a 2 for me too, Joe, man. But I think just the trigger, the Radiant, I got to give it some. That I give it a little boost just because I know that uh, I like the trigger, and I know the Radiant does its job. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I gave it a little more. But it would be a 2 for me too, man. If I had to see it from the beginning and didn't see that extra stuff going on
Mm-hmm.
that he decided to bring into it, it would have definitely just been there. So uh,
5
got
from
a
you, 6 from me.
no, we got a 4.5 from me.
Oh yeah, 4.5. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You kept it
Six.
trash. You couldn't give it
Yep.
that
I
much.
didn't give him to the mid. Like it's
I gotta
very top
respect it.
there.
I gotta respect it. Nobody gets
And
free.
Joe gave it a 2. So
Mm-hmm.
coming to the stage, I think this is Red Status. Red Status does a
Red
great job
Status
on this.
Customs. Yeah,
Yeah, he does a great job.
yeah. He does
I
some
ain't
cool
talked to him
shit.
in a while, but he was, we had some
I don't
combos.
know him. I don't talk to him, but they do good. They do good work from what I've seen. They make see that Wilson man.
Yeah, yeah.
You want me to lead off on this one?
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna go in on it. That is gas for me. That's a full tank of gas.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't love the color, but I also like the color. Like it's different. To me, I think it looks green. I could be wrong. Maybe
It's
it's a
a
bad.
different type of green,
It's a different type of green, but
like a soft
that grip
mint.
clashes with it in the right way, man. It's like a leather interior on a Maserati or something. Like it just looks
Okay, I get what you're
classy.
saying. Like an
Looks classy.
Alcantara with some leather. Yeah.
Yeah, it clashes just right. Got
No, he froze up, or you froze up.
I'm not. I'm still flowing on my
All
screen.
right, go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's got the SRO sitting low. It's the Longboy EDC 9XL, I think, or whatever they call it, but it's the longer one. So props for that. It's not that stupid 3-inch model. That looks like a 4.5 or 5, if I had to guess. So that's going to be return to zero is going to be nice. Flat shooting. I'd put a longer light on it if you're going to go with a light.
Yeah. That's the only thing I was gonna say, bro.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just a Streamlight guy. Doesn't have Surefire. Doesn't want to spend Surefire money. I would say because if he's got a Wilson, he's got the money. But that's gas for me, man. I'm giving that I'd probably give it a 9, to be honest, man. That's good. That's the best thing you show me tonight, in my opinion. And
All right.
I think it's ported. If it's not, it's just got some
No,
little window cuts there at the end. But
it's probably is. It's rare status, man. He's
yeah, I
doing that.
think he's got some
Doing that.
V porting, ports on each side. So that thing's got to be dumb flat. Yeah, I love that gun right there. That's dope, bro. That's a 9 for me all day.
So this is just gonna be fast. I can't take anything away from that, man. That's exactly. You took the words out of my mouth, man. It's about a 9 for me too. It is the best thing that has showed up all day, all night. Um, SRO. Only thing, like I said, I hate when I see that SRO gap, but that's forgivable. Um, the freaking
Too much light.
the stream, I dislike. I'm gonna get a lot of haters, whoever gonna see this, but I never liked Streamlight, man. It's just not bright. It's not. I like a rechargeable. I will go OLight over Streamlight. Hate me if you want to hate me.
Hey, my
And,
man. I'm
and,
with you.
and I
One
will.
second. I'm going to play with the lighting. I'm still here.
Yeah, I would go OLight over Streamlight, man. And I definitely, as y'all seen me lately, I'm going Hollow Sun over any of that, regardless. Right now, bro. I'm going I'm going Hollow Sun over any of that, and it's just better. Like I would have went Goon Beam, but I like what Hollow Sun has done. I haven't even charged my lights back up on Hollow Sun, bro. To keep it real, on the PID, it's just enough.
Yeah.
It's not over the top because I feel like Goon Beam is very nice. I know you had your issues with them. It's
No,
very
they
nice,
made right on it.
but
They made
I
right
feel
on it.
like it's something that because I gotta like I can show this. It's just a flashlight, YouTube. But this thing, if I'm getting it, yeah, this thing gets super hot, bro. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, this thing gets super hot. So I could just imagine
Oh,
what the pistol light would do to you if you had to keep it on. This gets hot after like
yeah,
30
the Goon
seconds, bro.
beams, they run hot. They're really bright, but they do run hot. The housing you can feel get hot pretty quick.
Hmm. So yeah, this is living in my dreams and stuff, man. This is a 9.5 for me. JP gave it a 9. I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a boost. I'm loving it, man. I don't have any
9 is
issues with
high.
this at
Not for
all.
me. I don't know if I've given anything a 9 yet. 9 is high.
Yeah.
That's a dope gun, man. Love that
Team,
grip.
Team Blacksmith. Which
Love that grip.
you talking about the carry comp again?
M&P, one of his primary EDCs. I love it, M&P, man. It's a great EDC for sure. Best striker fired handgun, in my opinion, especially for the price. But I'm a fanboy. You're not wrong. It's one of them for sure. It's one of the best, if not the best. Especially that I don't know. I haven't shot the new carry comp, but it seems like it's pretty dope. So I tell anybody new who's getting into guns, who's looking for a new carry gun, to check out the M&P carry comp for sure.
I don't tell them
Especially
nothing, man. I don't need nobody
for a
coming to
new
me.
shooter, it's
Help you
gonna
get some boo boo.
eliminate that recoil for a new shooter. It's gonna make them that much more confident with it, that much better with it. So, yeah.
All right. Okay. Team Blacksmith, quick question, bro. How do you like that? Oh yeah,
He
you
took
got the
it
metal
off.
carry comp. I'm about to do polymer, bro. I'm gonna do polymer because I believe in humble marksman, and I just want to do
Metal
myself.
carry comp.
If he told me to save my money, I'm gonna save my money.
Yeah, I'd get the metal still, just because I
Yeah.
think the metal looks better, and I love a
It does
heavier
look
gun.
better for sure. It
I
looks
love
better
a
for
heavier
sure.
gun. And I've had the polymer M&P9, and I've had the metal M&P9, and the metal was way better. So
Yeah. Team Blacksmith, bro. How you liking that underworld, man?
that's what I was going to tell you. He took it off. If you've seen his latest video, he took
He
it
took
off
it
the
off.
Prodigy.
What's up? What's going on? I'll go check it out if you don't want to explain. I definitely always try to catch your content, bro, when I can. Um, I'll go
It
check
looked.
it out. You
I mean, I thought about putting that Underworld on the Prodigy that I had because I had that kind of FDE burnt bronze one, but I thought it would clash. But then I seen his, and I'm like, that actually looks really good.
what,
Even
clash in looks or clash
yeah,
in performance?
having that black compensator that goes under the rail and up the front, I thought it would clash, like not in a good way with the colors. But then I seen his on with that rose gold he's got going on, and it looked dope. So it actually made me second guess throwing it on there. But last I saw, he took it off his that Prodigy build. He's got that masterpiece of a Prodigy build he's got going on.
Yeah, that's why the way my Prodigy came from the factory with the comps and the ports that they had did at the factory for me. Um,
At the
I
port
was
factory.
gonna do Underworld, but I seen Ace Tactical, one of the first people to do the Underworld, and he was doing it, and he had it on a ported already, and it was extremely flat. So I'm like, I might as well just make mine look good and have it regular, and not add that piece on there and just do it normal. You know.
I believe that. It's got to be better than the TTI.
Yeah, for
I
sure, man.
My thing is, man, the Prodigy. Like I said, you saw what I did with it. Stock. I had that thing looking dumb flat just from some nice build drills with the right grip. So that gun already shoots super super flat. I don't know how much flatter it can get. I know it looked that video you sent me from under with the Underworld comp. It did look comparable to an XC, but it kind of already does stock. It's a very very flat shooter.
I
So
think I think I think overall it's just gonna add the aesthetics of the XC a little bit. You know, the look.
yeah,
Like, look at this, bro. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's what
it
it's gonna
definitely
really
makes
do.
it look cooler for sure, and
Mhm.
I'm sure it does make it flatter. It's just how much flatter can it get? I don't know.
All right, okay. So speaking of that, shebang, boom, bully,
Ooh, oh,
ballistic bully.
oh,
I gotta keep it real for me.
he's EDC in that. Come on.
Yeah. He is. Hey, I would too sometimes, not every time, but like when I know
Yeah,
if I'm going someplace where the boys is gonna be at, I'm like, maybe I'll bring this out to just maybe I'll bring
just
my value up a little bit. Like, oh, he's wearing raggedy clothes, but like, hey, it's like having a nice watch. Like, I'm wearing $5,000 right now, you know. So
yeah, in my pants.
yeah, yeah.
All right, lead off. What are you
I,
giving
I
it?
I gotta say you already have this, so this is off your checklist. I feel like out of everything that we've been talking about in private lately and just seeing, even other people have and just what you even have, I feel like this even over the Atlas for me. And I know the Atlas is better than this, but for me, I'm like this always been like a dream for me to get this, a dream thing. And I'm always like financially I can go get it, but I'm like, do I like I always get opportunities like, do I want to go buy it? It's just like what I said with even just spending this for the MMP, like, do I want to give these people my money, bro? Or do I want to just do this and do that? Like I could have gotten this or not even this. So I was looking at a C a little bit ago and I'm like, I'm gonna get a C. And then I was like, bro, I'm gonna go get a new computer and a new camera. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like I'm gonna get something that I could
it's
use.
tough to commit to a big
Yeah,
price tag like
something
that.
that you're not gonna use every second. Like I can go get a computer and use this every day for content and
For
a
sure.
camera, and
For
then make the same money back to go do this later on. Or I
yeah,
could buy this and make a few different pieces of content with it, and then it's gonna be flushed out with me. People going they know I got it. It's flushed out already after 3 pieces of content. You know.
mhm.
So I'm gonna give it. My boys all around, they gave it an 8. I said it was a dream for me. I'm gonna get us a 9. I don't think this looks better than the Wilson, but I'm gonna give it a 9 because I feel like I would get this over the Wilson. I gave the Wilson a 9.5. This is a 9. It's not everything that's with this is literally factory. Even if you say, what about the SRO? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do to this. So it's factory. It's supposed to have an SRO on this. That's the standard for this.
Yeah. I'm surprised Joe only gave it an 8 because after he shot mine, he wouldn't shut up about it. He was dreaming about it. So I know he's probably only giving it an 8 because it's plain Jane. All it has is an SRO on it because I know he's in love with that gun. And I know that is a dream gun for you because before I ever even got it, you were raving about it for a long time.
Uh-huh.
You always have. You've always said that you take that gun over anything or over any staccato for sure, but over a lot of things. So he's got the newer style grip on it, same as I had. That's the better grip. It's not that stupid plasticky grip. It's actually stippled. He's got an SRO on it. It's the best optic you can put on it. Only thing is, the only reason I had a deep Delta Point Pro on mine is because it was direct mounted. I didn't need a plate, so I just left it on there.
That might be the best option, though. That might be good for that thing.
Yeah, I would have rather had the SRO, but I just didn't have the optic plate, and I already had a DPP direct mounted, so I just left it because I traded for it like I've traded for the last few guns. I didn't pay for it. I don't know if I would pay for it for what they charge for it. That being said, it is the most fun gun to shoot, hands down, as far as handguns. It feels better. It's more fun. It's just that gun is awesome. But I don't know if I would pay over $4,000 for a staccato ever. I traded for it. I loved it while I had it, but then I traded for, as you know, the masterpiece now, and that's my favorite gun right now, and I'm glad I traded for it. I wouldn't go back. So it's an awesome gun. I'm going to give it – I guess I'm going to go with what you guys are going to give it to just because it's a little bit plain Jane. You don't really need a light on it. You don't want to weigh the front end of this gun down. It's balanced perfectly. It shoots stupid flat as it is. If you start weighing it down with a light, and you're going to start dipping it. And I found that out the hard way when I ran it in a competition with only having about an hour run time, less than 100 rounds into it, and I was dipping the gun all day because I had a light on it. So it's an 8 for me. The gun itself is a 9.5, a 9 all day, but in this situation, with what he's got on it as an EDC, I give it an 8.
So Joe, that's how I feel. That's about accurate. We all gave it the same things. I gave it a little more because that's truly like when you see me with that, you know that I just was like, I was able to, I was able to complete. I had a completion. I was able to complete something that I said I wanted to get as far as that, as far as staccato wise, on the top level that I feel like a staccato is. Some people might argue with me and say like an XL is the top, but like I go to these staccato days a lot.
XL's
Yeah. I go to these staccato days and people always say like this XL is better, but I find it to be same. I got to keep it real with you. The same way I found the P to be, and I found it to be just a tad, and it might have been just because it was a firearm that they were using a lot, but it just was a little sluggish, bro. It was a little sluggish, a little slug bug. The XC was moving, the new C was moving, the C2 was moving, the P sluggish, the CS was moving, and the XL was the sluggish of all. It was very flat. Don't get me wrong. It did what it was supposed to do.
Those
But I
all
went
have
head to head with
slides.
somebody, and that was slowing me down. And then I picked up an XC, and it was all she wrote. I beat everybody there.
Yeah.
What we were doing, playing
Those
horse.
all
We
have
just
shorter
playing horse.
slides, so the action's going to feel faster because it's a shorter slide. It's the P
Yeah.
and the XL are going to have longer slides, I think, than even the XC because of that island barrel comp. So those all have shorter, and the XC is sprung a lot lighter. So yeah, XC is just going to have the best action out of all of them. But that's why they feel less sluggish. They have shorter slides.
And I actually enjoyed. So it was like 3XCs there. I actually enjoyed the one with the Hollow Sun EPS on it. It was with the green dot. It was I like green dots, y'all. So if you see me with optics that's kind of not like what y'all like to see, it's because I don't want to run that red dot. I'm in Colorado. I'm in areas where there's a lot of I don't. It just gets washed out. Maybe it's my astigmatism. I guess is how you say it too. But red dots for me get washed out at distance, and I want to be able to just be the same all around. So I fell in love with green. So that's why I run some of the off-brander things on platforms that maybe I shouldn't in some people's eyes. So that's
I'm
just
running
really me.
the Hollow Sun Comp in green right now, and I love it on my carry on the 2311, and highly recommend.
I might look for that. I might go get that.
Highly recommend it.
Might get it. Big old HD window on there,
Yeah,
huh?
it's. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the optic itself is dope, but the green dot is like I like green dots on my carry guns, red on my competition guns, just because I love SROs. But if I'm gonna have my choice, if I could have a green SRO, I might do that because green is definitely. I like green better too.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let me find something. Let's find something else to this list. I almost went to something we just seen again. I'm like, I don't want to go back to that. Uh, dang, is
Like
this?
someone else's version of the same.
Yeah, the same thing. I'm trying to put some different stuff in here, not just another XC or another,
Yeah,
this and that. So, uh, we seen yours last time, Shorty Boy. This might be Javi's too. It got a Trigger Dad Love on the front of it. J Lo.
oh no,
Boom.
Javi don't have a DWX. If he does, I'm gonna
Tri-
buy it off him.
Trigger Dad touches. This is
Woo.
J Lo too, so this is a different J Lo, but he obviously in Florida too. Y'all, all the J Los live. All the George Lopez's live in Florida. All the all the Juan
Javi ain't in.
Lopez's.
Javi's in like Arizona, I think. I think Javi's in
Okay.
Arizona, out in the
He
desert
got
somewhere.
he got a TD. This is the
I don't
TD
know who your
pack.
other J Lo is because this is the second. I don't know if the second gun was definitely his, the 1911. I don't know if that first Sig was his. I don't think he's in the chat anymore because he hasn't spoken up since. But if he maybe we hurt his feelings with that rating we gave to the first Sig and he left. I don't know,
You can't
but
cry, man. You
I don't
bought
think
it,
that was his
baby.
gun. And I know this is not his. But whew, you
I
want to go
love it,
first?
man.
You want
Nah,
me to
go
go first?
ahead. Go ahead, man. We go back and forth. Go ahead.
Just based off what it is, it's a 9 at least all day, if not a 9.5. But for EDC purposes, it's gonna be, are you really EDC in this? I doubt it.
I doubt it. Same thing once in a while, like to show. If you don't want
I
people to
give
come to your house. You want them to see it though. You might put it
Yeah.
down there for
For
once.
for EDC, I'm gonna give it an 8 maximum, probably less. You don't have an optic on it, you don't have a light on it, but just because of what it is, I love this gun so very, very much. It's a competition shooter. It's not an EDC gun, but as far as comp guns go, that's a 9 at least all day. I love the DWX. If you want to EDC it, get the compact like I have, and trust me, you'll love it. But for this purpose, for EDC, I may even have to go lower than 8. It's plain Jane. It's got no attachments on it. It's a 5-inch all steel gun. You're not EDC in that, bro. I get it. He probably just submitted it just to submit it, just like, hey, rate my gun. So for that purpose, it would be a 9 for me, but I'm going to give it a 7.5 for EDC purposes.
I'm gonna
Rating
say
the gun overall, it's a 9.95 all day.
I'm gonna agree with you slightly. I'm gonna say this is a 9 overall, but I'm also gonna say that matter of fact, I'm gonna say it's a 7.5 overall. And I don't know, maybe he just put this TD patch here for just for fun.
Is
I'm
that what
looking
that
at it
is?
up
That's
close.
trigger guy?
I'm look. Is this trigger still red or is it pink?
It's red. It's just the
All
way
right.
the light's hitting it. It's a really shiny trigger. If I showed you mine in the light right now, it'd probably look the same.
It just looked like I don't know. I was just raving over this, man. Maybe it's the angle. It looked like a RoboCop gun. You never watch RoboCop, man?
Oh yeah,
It looked like a RoboCop gun to me. It
yeah.
looked like it's gonna shoot some lasers out the front. So for what it looks like to me right this instant, I have to say it's just a 7.5 altogether. I won't even break it up in EDC wise or anything else like that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it's a 7.5. Uh, it's not bad, but I can't. Like I said, if I was to get this, I wouldn't really I don't know display it too much until it was ready. I can say,
Yeah. It's
or
plain
at
Jane.
least partially ready. Ready for you to come out the house with it.
I mean, the gun doesn't need anything, but it's plain Jane right now. It's you got nothing on it.
I mean, like it doesn't need anything, but taking it, even going to a comp with this, you know,
Put an optic
if
on it, yeah, for sure.
yeah, exactly.
Unless you're into iron sights, you don't like optics, then do you? But
And I don't know who. we in this world we in right now, man. That's kind of a natural
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I
that's
don't
that's
know.
fun talk.
Yeah, that's a given. So I was like, where do we
JP's
actually?
compact shot so
Hmm.
effing good. Can't imagine how nice this shoots. That's how I feel. Yeah, the four. I shot the 4 inch today. We did a couple drills after my match, and I couldn't hit outside the alphas on either target. We were just going back and forth, a couple targets and some steel, and I shot all alphas with that 4 inch. It returns to zero like a 5 inch. Man, that gun is incredible. So I agree with you, Joe. Love my compact. It is incredible.
All right, guys. Moving on. Are we MPA? I don't know.
Woo!
What is this?
That
Are we masterpiecing this
that
too, or what?
resembles an MPA, but
This is
the I don't
Josh. Josh R.
I don't recognize this. I kind of recognize the slide, but it doesn't look like an MPA slide to me. Dang. Maybe Blacksmith can help us out with that. I don't know if he's still in here, but he would probably have a better idea what that is.
Y'all seeing that
Uh,
little zoom in?
that front that might be a voodoo. I don't. It looks familiar, but I don't think it's an MPA. Yeah, if you can zoom in, because I'm having to zoom my face into the screen right now.
Oh,
Um,
maybe you can't see this zoom in. I'm zoomed in right now, looking at it.
yeah, no, we just at least I see the same thing. Now it's zoomed out, but unless that's your if that's what you call zoomed in, for me it's like the size of my cell phone or
Yeah,
smaller.
it's gonna be little for you, it seems.
Yeah,
Unless I
I don't
pull
know.
us off the screen, I think
I
we
don't know who
taking up
Josh
the
R
real
is.
estate.
I wish I could tell you what that is because it looks so familiar. Um, you're right, Joe. That does look like an Atlas grip. The way Atlas does those insert strips up the middle, it does resemble it. You know what? That may be an Atlas. I don't. It looks familiar. He may be. It may be an Atlas. The front end of that slide looks familiar.
All right, this mystery platform is
That
getting
may be an
a
Atlas.
9 for
You give
me.
it a 9.
Yeah, because you know what, I
Explain to
would
the
have gave it a
class
10,
why.
but I can't rock with that Max Michelle. I can't
Huh?
rock with that six optic.
Oh, the Romeo Max. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Honestly,
rock with
as far as those Romeo optics go, that's their best one. I would say it's big. It resembles a Delta Point Pro, big time, window size and all that.
that. Yeah, I can't rock with it. But everything else on here, I know this grip right here probably cost the Smith and Wesson.
I
Uh,
think Joe's right. I think that's just an Atlas grip. He just had it done up. I think it's an Atlas. I think he's absolutely right.
so it's beautiful,
No,
man. Like I
if
said,
Mr.
I'm giving it that
Blacksmith
nine
was
and a
in
half.
here, if Mr. Blacksmith's still in here, or if he was in here, he'd probably tell us. He'd probably know what it is. I think it's an Atlas, though. But tell me what else about it. I don't mean to
Man,
keep
that's
cutting
about
you
it,
off.
man. I just say I love how it looks. I even love how the cutouts on the side they kind of just get smaller as they go. It looks good to me. Um, only gripe I would have would be with the optic, but obviously it is direct on there, so maybe it was for that reason. It is just in there. Um, I have no gripes to say about this. This is a nine and a half, man. It would have been a solid 10 for me if it did not have um, that subpar optic for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 9 for sure. I mean, like I said, if we're going EDC right now, this doesn't even belong here, but that's okay. We're just rating guns at this point. So it's a 9.5 for me. I mean, that's. I think it's an Atlas. It looks like an Atlas. He's got a magwell on it. The optic, as far as Sigro optics go, that's their best one. It's the window size of a Delta Point Pro. Takes the same footprint and everything. They pretty much modeled it after the Delta Point Pro. I think it even has the same. No, the controls are different, but it's very much like a Delta Point Pro. He's got it on an optic plate, not direct mounted. Colors are kind of cool. I'm not big on gold. I know the Atlas I just got has gold on the trigger and on the base plates of the mags, but that right there is kind of a little too much gold for me. But it's a badass competition blaster, so it's a 9 for me, solid 9.
All right. So that still falls. Is that above or does it fall below the Wilson for you?
Ooh,
We gotta find a thumbnail here.
that's tough. I'll probably put the Wilson above it, to be honest.
All right. Hold on. Get off my screen. You heard that?
I heard something. I thought it was just you.
It was, but I'm trying to see if I can get this to mute out. Because this is nice. You still hear this?
Nope. I'm just text. My girl just called, so I'm just texting her, telling her why I couldn't answer the phone.
All right. So I'm not gonna show that one. That one was beautiful. Maybe if I could figure out how to get it to be quiet. Oh, I got it. You still here?
I don't hear anything. Nope. You're good.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to do was get this to be quiet. Um, red status again.
Whew. The staccato all done up. I remember him posting this one at one point. Shit. I'm gonna give that a 9.5. That's equal to or maybe greater than the Wilson. Did the Wilson have the Wilson had an SRO on it? So
Nah, there wasn't. It did.
yeah, it had an SRO. This is obviously missing an optic. You know, a light would be cool too, but just because of what he's done to it, the colorways, that's dope as hell. I mean, the colors alone and the stippling and all that for me is going to get it a 9.5. Just based off that. I wish it had an optic on it. I wish it had a light on it, but I'm sure it's not his. He's just showing it off before he sends it back to its owner because he did
Uh-huh.
it up. But just based off the colors and the stippling, what he did to it, I
I
give it a
feel
9.
like a 9 for you. I
Yeah, I
feel like
said
it could be
we'll settle
his.
on a 9. I don't want to say it's better than the Wilson because it doesn't have an optic on it. So it's a 9.
I feel like it's about an 8.5 for me. I feel like it could be his, maybe, just because it resembles the Wilson as far as in his scheme. I think he likes that like money strip green, like money strip with gold. I think it's like money strip green.
Yeah.
So I like it. Or it's like a when you get um it's like a metal color. It's probably some sort of metal color. You know, like when you looked at a color palette, I think
Yeah.
it's some sort of a metal. It may be like a I don't know how to explain it, but when I look through like color palettes, if I'm
Yeah,
making something,
it's like a metallic green, I guess.
yeah, it's a color palette.
But
But
those bronze accents.
yeah, it's beautiful. 8.5 for me. I wish it brings everything to the table. You could always imagine what it would look like with everything else, and it will bring it up completely. But an 8.5 for me as it stands. Um, I don't know. Nothing bad I could say about it. It leaves me longing for just a small amount more.
Yeah.
Joe said it's not for him. Excuse me, guys. Joe said it's not
I
for him.
really dig the colors and I really dig what he did with the stippling, but it's missing, it's missing.
It is lacking, guys. It is lacking in certain areas that I would have loved it to jump up and do something else in. Um, I got my kids coming in and out. We got one more for you guys, man, and we're gonna keep this stuff going again and again. But I got one more for you guys as it sits, and I wish everybody would send their pictures in this big to me, man. Next time you guys send me some photos, man, send them this big to me, uh, so we can get a good view of them. But here we go for our last submission of the day. We're at 1 hour and 30. We'll probably end up running to 1:45 with talking and things, but you could always expect to come see us, man. Go check out my boy JP. What's your channel, JP? Speak it up.
Target acquired TV.
Yes, sir.
You
And I
cut
know
out for a
that.
minute there. I don't know if it cut out on your end, but for a second the screen went black. But you're back.
Oh no, I didn't cut out on my end, but who knows? It might have. I am running on hotspots right now, so I
It
can
might
move
have been on
around.
my end. So we're
Yeah,
back. We're
so
good.
um, let us go
He
back to
said
these
he didn't like the
comments.
color of the barrel and the safety. So that was my favorite part. I like that bronze color.
Yeah, it was
That was
beautiful to
dope.
me, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, my battery is running low on my laptop, fellas. So
Plug
we
it
got
in.
this. Yeah, we got it's all. It's in a whole nother room. I'll take it in. Matter of fact, I can go in there now. I think for a
Yeah,
second.
just plug it in real quick. You
Uh,
don't want to die halfway through the through rating the thing.
nah,
I'm about to
definitely,
plug mine in since you're thinking about it. I got it right here. Thank you for
definitely
bringing it
not.
up.
Give me a brief. I'm about to get dark, and this is still our last one, man. But like you said, I don't want it to die in the midst of this one.
Hmm.
That'll be the bummiest thing for me. Oh my goodness. I was in a chair, man. I was straining. Had my cheeks hurting. Sitting in a chair
Yeah,
position. I like to
them
get up
cheek
and
them
move.
cheeks felt like the chair clapped them.
Yeah, man. All right. So we plugged in right now, but last one of the day, guys. You heard JP where you can find him at, man. Uh,
Target acquired TV.
I want you guys to go ahead and check out the rest of these gas or trashes in the playlist that we have here. But hold on, what's up? Go ahead, man. But check out these other gas or trashes in the playlist, man. Go check out John Wick 2.0 at Instagram and check out the merch. Hit me up if you need a patch. Hit me up if you need a shirt, man. They're comfy.
Words of
The
fire.
patches, yep, and the patches are limited, man. We're waiting for JP to drop some new stuff, man. He got stuff for he got shirts and stuff for other type of things, but you know,
Yeah,
he got a
I gotta
nice
have
logo
the shirts
too.
made. I got the logo made. Now I gotta have the shirts made.
Yeah, so last one, guys. Shebang. Boom. JP, you first.
Yeah, I know that's a Skip's gun special right there.
Yeah, that's skippity skip.
So is that a gun that he made himself, or is that a Legion
I
Precision?
I think this is the skip. You know the
I
skip.
know
You know
it's.
he got one that he got.
I know it's. Yeah, I know it's. I know Skip made it, but that's like his signature
Yeah, I think this is the skip. I think this
build.
is the prototype to
Okay.
skip. Yeah, I don't know what
Um,
he's calling it though, but I think it's the skip proto.
man, the color in my eyes, the color is going to count against him. That's too. For one, like you said earlier on some of the other ones, having it all one solid color doesn't do it for me, especially when it's a loud, vibrant color like that. The thing just reminds me of like 90s cartoons. I don't know, like a Smurf or something. That ain't from the
Mm.
90s, that's 80s. Uh, yeah, the color is not doing it for me. The gun itself is dope. It's a shorty, so he's got it. He's got it comped, integrated comp, like a little Genghis comp type. What does he call it? Plagued? Is that
Gang,
one?
the plagued.
Yeah, so he's got it plagued with the comp there. That's cool. So it probably stops it from being so snappy. Um, he's got no iron sights. He's got the Delta Point Pro sitting up kind of high. Uh, it's dope. Don't get me wrong. It's dope. But for me, it's an 8 at best.
I'm gonna match your energy and give it an 8. I love the hollow sun. I like the trigger color and the base plate. I think that him doing the I think it's gonna be hard for him to do a color like this without making it all the way like this.
Yeah.
I don't like the color, but I think I would like it even less if it was had a
With
black grip on it.
black grip and like black
Yeah, I
frame.
think it would look tacky. So I think
Yeah.
this is the best he could do with this type of a color.
Yeah. I would have just
You know what I
avoided that
mean?
color altogether.
Exactly. And I think this is actually what do you want to call it? PVD, PVP, or something? I think it's that. I think it's
PVD coded.
yeah. I think he did a coding on this because he has a CS that actually it's for his wife, but in my opinion, it looks good. That has a black grip still, and it's like purple kind of. It looks good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I've seen
but
it.
for this one, I agree with you. I think that it is just it's like a one of them silver fish. You know, you looking at the fish. It's like a
Yeah,
scale of a fish.
yeah.
So for me, it gets being that is his baby, and I've never seen it run. I can't. I just give it a. It's truly aesthetics, and I got to give it an 8. Like you, you said 8.5. I got to give it a 8. I got to give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, for me, it looks like either a fish or when you get like one of them Hot Wheels cars you didn't spend enough money on, you get a generic one and it just painted like a funky
Hot,
color on on the car.
Hot Wheels is exactly right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's getting a 7.5 for me, guys. 7 for Joe, 7.5 for me. I
Yeah,
don't, I wouldn't. Now this model, when he comes out with it, it could be the best thing smoking. But I don't think I would want to pull this out anywhere or feel like it's just this is something that I get
yeah,
if I'm the collector and I run out of things to do and I just
right,
want to do something.
right. This is like you hit the nail on
Exactly.
the head. I think that's how he came up with this color right there, is because he just ran out of ideas.
And like he said, 9.5, maybe a 9.5 all black. Or
Yeah,
9.5
maybe.
stainless. Stainless black 9.5.
Right. Yeah.
Graphite or something.
Like we were
Graphite.
saying earlier, that
9.5.
stainless slide, stainless frame, and then the black grip, that would be fire. That's always a good choice, especially if you
For
do a
sure.
black
For
barrel
sure.
too.
Hell yeah. So you know
Yeah.
what, guys? That is going to be it for today for this Gas or Trash Live with JP, John Wick. JP, if you got something to say, go ahead and say it, man. I ain't gonna. I know last time you might have had a few more things to say. I just ended it, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish it up. You guys already heard what you heard from me. Go check me out on Instagram, YouTube, all by the same name. I put my name together too, so you can just see it all by the same name. John Wick 2.0, no spaces or anything like that when you're going to look for the content. Uh, Go check out uh, my patches again. Go check out the shirts. Go check out the Tactical Elite Sports Cider, man. It's getting cold up here in the Midwest and the North, man. And I know you guys still going to be buying new platforms. Site your stuff in. Get it prepared for if you run into that most terrible incident that you have everything put together properly. Uh, Nothing is going to beat traditional, but just like with any new age technology that we get in, man, it just keeps improving. I say that the beam is brighter than any other beam that I've come across when it comes to these type of devices. And you'll definitely be satisfied, man. A quick, nice stocking stuffer. So that's it for me, man. John with 2.0. JP, go ahead and send us home, bro.
Target Acquired TV on Instagram and YouTube. No spaces. Check it out. Like, subscribe, follow all that. Uh, this is fun. I love doing these with you. So happy to come back anytime. Um, and like you said earlier, no offense to anybody whose gun we rated, man. This is all opinion based. What I like, doesn't necessarily translate to what anybody else likes. What you eat don't make me shit, and vice versa. So don't take anything I say to heart. These are just my opinions. I am very biased to 2011s, obviously, and I just like what I like. And I hate that color. So whatever that is, don't do that. Periwinkle blue, whatever that is. Uh, the more I look at it, the more I dislike it. But I like Skip. I like what he does. So more props to him. What he did with the slide was cool as hell, man. I mean, it's got cool texture on the slide. But yeah, hate that gun. But yeah, check out Target Acquired TV, Instagram, and YouTube. That's all I got for you.
All right, y'all. We out, man. Until next time. We'll probably try to do this once every week, if not once every 2 weeks. Just try to
Yeah.
get on here and rate some of you guys' platforms. Continue to send those platforms in. and send us a decent enough picture, man, that we don't have to squint and put our eyes to it, and just helps everybody out, man. You know, it lets us be able to give you a better rating overall if we can see all the details. So
Yeah,
the size that Skip sent it is decent enough for me. I
that's a
can
great
zoom in on
picture.
there. Yeah,
I can
so
read the serial number on that. That's a great picture.
yeah, for sure. Just don't send the baby pictures in, guys, and we'll have a good time here, man. Join us again, man, for this Gas or Trash rating subscriber platforms. And today, yes, I wrote it before I even said it. 79.9% trash. We are out.